What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of BTT Weekly. I'm Eric Yates from BehindTheThrills.com, and this week we're going to do something a little different. Instead of showing you something new, we're going to let you listen in on something new. Recently, Bindi Irwin, who is the daughter of the late Steve Irwin, crocodile hunter, teamed up with SeaWorld for SeaWorld Kids. It's an all-new program aimed at getting kids like those more interested in the world around them and showing them what they can do to help. We talked to Bindi about not only SeaWorld Kids, but about the legacy of her father and also all the negative reaction of the film Blackfish. It's a great listen. Make sure you check it out. And be sure to follow along with us on Twitter at BehindThrills, Facebook.com/BehindThrills, and of course, subscribe to us here on YouTube. So, take a listen. We hope you enjoy.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Eric.
Hi, how you doing?
I am Butte Bonza. How are you doing?
I'm absolutely great.
That's what. Whereabouts are you at the moment?
I am actually standing in the savannas in Florida.
Wow, really?
I am.
That's brilliant. In the savannas of Florida.
Yeah, it's actually just a little bit. Well, we're quite a bit north of the Everglades. It's kind of like the headwater to the Everglades, and my job takes me outside, and I don't get to deal with animals like you do, but I do get to go outside, and I do get to see all the great wildlife, which is why we're talking today, which is a great thing.
That's so nice. Well, I'm glad you're out and enjoying it. You know, it's always nice to be talking to someone outside. So I'm glad. Well, thank you for talking to me today, and I'm really thrilled about all these projects that we've got going, especially Generation Nature. It's wonderful.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about how you became involved with Generation Nature and with SeaWorld in general.
Absolutely. Well, we have always loved and admired everything SeaWorld has done. So all of SeaWorld's conservation work. I mean, they have conservation projects all over the planet, the four corners of the earth. They have projects with all the animals. And so for us, I live at Australia Zoo, which is brilliant. I literally live right in the middle of Australia Zoo. And we have a non-profit organization called Wildlife Warriors. And we wanted to join forces with SeaWorld to kind of expand these conservation projects and just do more for wildlife and wild places. But for me, I wanted to start reaching out to kids. Because, you know, as kids, we are the next generation to be making a difference. We're the next voters. We're the next decision makers. So it's really important for us to stand up and change the world. And so that's why I was thrilled to embark on this brand new initiative called Generation Nature. And Generation Nature is all about inspiring kids to help the planet and love wildlife and do things in their own backyard. So you can go to generationnature.com, and on this site there are so many interactive things that you can do. You can play games, you can print out facts about these animals. I come and kind of introduce all the kids to a different animal every month. So every month I come with a new video blog and introduce them to sea turtles or polar bears, and with that comes this kind of a call to action. So for instance, this month it's sea turtles, and it's all about talking to kids and telling them this is how to clean up your world. So get together with your friends and have a backyard cleanup, or go to your local beach and organize a trip with all of your schoolmates and clean up the beach for the day. And so it's these great ideas inspiring kids to want to take charge. And then from there, they can send in their own pictures and videos and tell me what they're doing. And I can see how they're going and see what ideas they're coming up with. And it's just a really exciting way to get kids involved and passionate about protecting our planet.
And it really seems like a great partnership with SeaWorld, because SeaWorld already has great partnerships with people like Jack Hanna and, of course, our own Sea Rescue show as well.
Don't you love Jack Hanna? Have you ever met Jack Hanna?
I did. I actually met him this past year at the Jack Hanna weekends that SeaWorld does. He was such a great guy.
Isn't he terrific? We have always loved Jack Hanna. He actually came to Australia Zoo, and did some filming with us, which was brilliant. But we've always loved Jack. He's such a good guy doing incredible things. So I'm glad you got to meet him.
Absolutely, and we hope to meet you as well. Do you see the partnership with SeaWorld branching out a little bit more and doing different things, such as park appearances and things of that nature?
Absolutely. There's so many opportunities that we have working with SeaWorld and Busch Gardens. You know, it's incredible the conservation work that they already have in place. So for us, as wildlife warriors ourselves and conservationists, I think that it's a terrific opportunity for us to do bigger and better things. And for me, as a kid, my heart really lies in talking to other kids. So I'm hoping to reach kids from all around the planet, and that's where I'm wanting this partnership to go. I want to make sure that I'm able to inspire more kids from all around the place. You know, we already have kids as part of Generation Nature from around the planet. We've had kids from Venezuela, Australia, all over the United States, and we've only just launched this new project in the last few days. So it's been astonishing, the feedback already. So for me, it's kind of reaching more of these kids in places where they might not receive the conservation message, or they might feel like, you know, I live in the middle of New York, how could I help? So it's reaching these kids and saying, you know, we can all make a difference. And as I get older, I want to start tackling bigger issues facing our world. You know, as I get older, I want to start tackling issues such as the non-consumptive use of wildlife, over human population, issues that seem to be the elephant in the room that everyone seems to ignore. So I want to reach more people, bring my message all over the world, and hopefully in my lifetime make a positive change. Because my favorite saying in the world is, be the change you wish to see in the world. And I think that's so true. And we all have such a finite amount of time. We only have a short amount of time in our life to change the world and stand up for what we believe in. So you have to make the most of that time.
Absolutely, and it's so great to hear you speaking such a big positive message, and I'm glad to hear that you had such a great positive turnout. However, on social media, there has been a little bit of a backlash because of the anti-SeaWorld film Blackfish. How have you been handling that?
Well, you know, there certainly are positive and negative comments out there. But for me, personally, I'm all about being passionate and following my dreams and my heart and my passion. So whether you agree or disagree with me, this is what I love to do, and this is what I will continue. I will work my whole life to spread the message about wildlife and wild places, just like my dad, just like my mum, just like my little brother Robert. For me, I want to carry on in my dad's footsteps and make sure that everything he lived and died for continues forever. That's my goal. I want to make him proud. So this is my passion, what I want to do with my life, and I just want to focus on the positive and how exciting it is that we're getting kids passionate about loving the world. So that's what I'm focusing on.
And I think that's a great way to focus on and a great way to look at it, especially from the viewpoint of kids. My own son, who's just about your age, grew up watching your dad and watching you as well, which to me is kind of astonishing. Here I watched you as a little tyke with your dad in the Australian Zoo, and here I am talking to you now, and it is so great to see you following in his footsteps. I do think that he would be completely proud of you, and it's great to see you taking charge and trying to guide other kids as well.
Oh, well, thank you so much. But, you know, I think for us, after losing Dad, you kind of come to this crossroad in your life. You know, you lose someone like that, and you have these options of, do I want to continue on and make sure that everything they worked so hard for lives on, or do I just want to curl up in a dark corner and say that I'm done, I give up? Right. And as a family, we got together and said, we never want Dad's message to die. We want it to live on, because he said himself, if there's anything I want to be remembered for, it's my passion and my message. I want to be remembered, my message to be remembered even after I'm gone. And that's what we're trying to do, is to make sure that his message continues. And, you know, we all have a purpose in life. And after we lost Dad, it was kind of like losing a piece of our heart. You know, you'll never get that back. But we want to make a difference on planet Earth. And together as a family, that's what we've chosen to do. We'll continue to expand Australia Zoo, expand our conservation projects, and reach as many people as possible with our message. And you only live once, so you have to make it count. But, you know, that's why I'm so happy to be talking to you, because you have a job where you're in this amazing position to be able to get people's life messages out to the world. So I admire you and all of the work that you do, because it's a big job, but it's amazing.
Well, thank you for that so much. And what do you see yourself doing next with the SeaWorld, with SeaWorld Kids and Generation Nature? You have the web series that's going to obviously be continuous, but what else do you see that morphing into?
Yeah, so every month we're going to continue with these awesome webisodes. Every month it's going to be a new animal that kids can see. And, you know, I hope to do more filming with SeaWorld to be able to get that message out to more people. So fingers crossed for some fantastic filming projects in the future that we'll be working on together, to be able to expand our conservation projects and start really working as a team between Wildlife Warriors and SeaWorld's Conservation Fund, to be working together, and then just continuing with more filming to reach more people. Because for me especially, I love filming. I think it's such a fun way to be able to get people excited about wildlife and wild places. Because for a lot of kids, you know, they might not know that a beluga has a head that feels like a marshmallow. And so it's these fantastic messages that I want to get across to people. And, you know, when you get to experience an animal kind of behind the scenes, and when you get to know these fun little facts about them, you ultimately fall in love with them. And you want to protect these animals in the places that they live. So absolutely, in the future, more filming projects together, greater conservation work, and just getting Generation Nature out to even more kids.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for taking time with us. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you. And, you know, it's so exciting. And please tell your son thank you for loving wildlife and being a game changer for wildlife.
Absolutely.